You got it on video. You have it on
So
video.
my name's Missy. Let me know if you have questions. And if you do like the caves here, there are 8 within 30 miles of here that have tours. And if you really like the caves, there's actually 800 more in 5 counties, just on farms. And I think that's actually cool that there's 800, and you still have people finding caves. This here was found because somebody built the parking lot in 1971. We had no natural openings. Somebody started pulling rocks off the hill and found this. Kept building, found 9 more holes, and figured out this wasn't a very good place to build a parking lot. So they hired a caver. And the nice thing about our cave explorer, if you fit, you went through. However, he did not leave this room the way he found it. He let everybody touch the rocks. They stopped growing. And then people started taking out rocks. So we actually went from having a room full of onyx, like this, to a room that now looks like that, which is limestone. And the only difference between these 2 rocks, water. It rains, water dissolves limestone, picks up minerals in the dirt, recrystallizes. Now I want to say for pictures, it's good that we've had lots of rain this month, because that water is going to make the colors darker, and it's going to make the texture show up better. Look down. Yeah, being shiny, the light reflects off the water.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can actually see the texture better in the pictures.
Well, there's down there. Water. Shiny.
Actually, if we get too much rain, we do get a puddle down there. But it takes a lot of water. We had 12 inches of rain in 2 days back in May of 2010.
There's lots of rocks.
That was one of very few times that we had a puddle. Alright, we're going to start down the steps here. The steps will be a little bit wet, so be careful.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, nó clip vào nó này.
Oh.
Okay.
Now let me pee and pop in there.
And if you're taller than I am, watch your head.
Lo ra nó mà nó thôi, nó ra để xí là.
Sit down, take pictures.
Oh, so good.
Isn't that pretty? I love the colors. Now, y'all can step down, take your pictures. On the left, that's where the tours came out of that first room. They used wood steps. That's a bad idea for a wet cave because it rots. But I'm glad our ceiling leaks. If you stop and look up, I love the colors. We've got that red dirt. So this cave's got a real rusty color. Dirt changes. You start to see the yellows. And then as you keep going, you'll notice part of it's white. That's the pure rock. That's the limestone that's all recrystallized.
Weird. I want to go back. I want to go back.
Nó muốn là lẻ.
Go back, man.
Now, the other reason to look up, stalactites. Typically, real tall, skinny caves have flat ceilings. Actually, like this.
Okay,
Or goes from the top, straight down.
Có nó lên ngã.
Bottom of the steps, there were cracks in the ceiling, and that let water in. So look up, take your pictures, and just keep going. I'll meet you on the other side.
Oh, so cool.
Từ từ đi này. Lên rồi.
Cave crickets.
Only skinny people can fit this. Only skinny people can fit this.
Con này spider. Look, I want this spider.
There's spiders.
Nghe bộ quá này.
Turn around. You can see some of the different colors. You know, most of our cave is orange. It's nice to see something different.
Is that white? Yeah, I like the colors here. It looks so cool.
I do a lot of caving. I'll actually turn around to make sure I can recognize the passageway later.
Yeah.
So if I get back to that white rock, then it'll spin there. If I get back to it over and over, I'm going in a circle. And that passageway, that is the skinniest part of the tour. Once you fit through, you can fit through the rest. It's also the spot where I find out who's claustrophobic. So. Now, this cave, like Mammoth Cave and hundreds of other caves here, is limestone. But that's about the only thing they have in common. The shapes and sizes. But that rock formed when we were underwater. So it's made up of seashells and coral fossils. The state fossil of Kentucky is a clam. It's a brachiopod. Now the caves came later. The glaciers melted. That provided water to open up the cracks and form the caves.
That was the city.
And if you're building a parking lot, that's a terrible way to find out you own a cave. That's the rocks that broke when they ran into it. But there are actually worse ways to find out you own a
Oh,
cave.
these are the
Having
coolest
800 Corvettes fall in. By the way, they found a cave in Bowling Green 1 year ago in February at the Corvette Museum. There's 8 cars fell into.
Oh, I think I saw that. I think I read that in Yahoo News.
Turned out to be a 220-foot long cave that was 45 feet wide.
Wow.
I didn't know it was there. So, building a parking lot, not as bad as that, I guess. But
Okay.
most of these rocks, they're sitting upside down. When they found the cave, the first opening, they hit the floor. Stalagmites are short, fat, and round. Water drips, rolls off. They kept building, their holes got deeper. So if it's long and skinny, or pointed, that was a stalactite. Water gets to a point, it falls off. So if you look at your photos later and don't know which way they go, put the ones that look like icicles at the top. I've seen people put them online, upside down. Now the iron that makes these rocks orange, it's also going to weaken them. You could not carve this because of the cracks in it. I love how well the light goes through. And the word onyx actually means fingernail in Greek. So you can see light through your fingernails, and you can see light through there. I just feel like y'all learn something while you're on vacation.
Yeah.
Little history, little geology.
It does look just like when you first left.
Yep. I've had some kids on tours and I'm like, you mean I named my dog Fingernail? Because most people think of onyx, they think of black rock.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like
There's 2 rocks with the same name. The actual word though means fingernail. Alright, take a look down, but don't drop your phones or your cameras. It is 35 feet to the floor. I've been to the bottom of this on a rope to change light bulbs. The only way down is from here. You tie off or fail down. And then once you're at the bottom, there's a crawlway to here. So that is called a vertical shaft and not a pit.
Come up here.
Nope, you have to come up the big one. Yeah, this one's too little.
Oh, jag bad vi det.
You can look down. I'm going to go turn the light on for the stairs.
Oh. Oh, I see the rocks. I see the down rock.
And you actually can't go down the stairs and get to that room. This crack never met this one. Water went straight down, ate away at the floor, made for 2 tall, skinny caves, just a few feet away. I think there's more caves under the hill. If these are that close, tell me. In most caves you visit, Mammoth Cave, Hidden River Lobster, they're tubular. Rivers either have walls, floors, and ceilings.
How
The
tall?
elevation makes this one different. Water went straight down.
Downstairs.
Alright, we are going to start down the stairs. The stairs will start to get a little wet, so be careful.
I'll hold the staircase. I'll hold them. Excuse me. Hello.
Oh, are you still making videos?
So tiny.
Oh, just tiny. Oh, how tall is this? The staircase is wet. How?
Does that go on?
Doesn't connect. when you come out that room at the end there.
Okay.
We're actually going to take the passageway under it and then come out that room. Yeah, because there's going to be 2 passageways that go parallel. And then take the bottom and then take a different set of steps.
Look up, Jimbo.
I'm scared.
Yeah, do remember to stop and look up. I like the tall ceilings here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit different than what you see in most caves.
Okay, let's go. I want to go.
And I think the tall ceilings is actually what makes a lot of the formations here impressive. Like this, we call this wall our waterfall wall. It's nice because it's very tall. But when you're caving, it's nice to have big landmarks, so if you get back to them, you know where you've been.
Yeah.
See, the real name is flowstone. Water flows down, leaves the minerals, that builds up the chunks of onyx. But if somebody says, hey, turn right at the big flowstone, and you looked at the wrong one, that might not lead out. But if they said turn right at the waterfall wall, it helps you remember which landmark. And the nicknames for flowstone, in case you do go see other caves, Cave Bacon would be your very thin pieces. Cave Curtains and Cave Draperies are going to be your little bit bigger pieces. And if you look up, more flowstone.
Oh.
I think you actually missed some of the prettiest flowstones here if you don't look up. And for those of you taking pictures, this wall is actually a good spot to take a picture from here, because now it looks like big icicles. But you'd never find icicles in here. It's always 60 degrees.
What's above ground on top of the hill?
Yeah, just trees.
Trees and
We actually don't have anything built on top of the cave,
Okay.
and so it's just trees.
It's that
If you're in the parking lot and you look away from the road, you see the hill? That's the way we're going, into the hill.
This is on the hill.
We're under the hill.
Yeah. We're under all the trees now.
I don't even see any roots.
We're really far under. That's why there's no roof.
There's no roots. That, what are those springs? Yeah.
Come over, take some pictures. We don't take any pictures.
Well, she doesn't have that much memory anymore. I deleted some of the pictures.
We'll go take a video. Go over.
Actually, my favorite thing about this cave is this.
Oh.
Isn't that cool? That's actually called cave coral. Some people name stuff and it makes sense. It looks like ocean coral.
Yeah, it does.
This actually forms because there's water in the rock being pushed out. The pores are small. That'll push out the minerals and make that texture. Now, if you've been to other caves, you may have heard this called cave popcorn. I think coral's a little bit better name. And the nice thing about this cave, we've got cave coral on everything, including that wall right behind you. You see, every cave we go to is different. Different shape, different size, different color, different formations. And that's why you should go see all 4,400 caves in Kentucky. Okay. So far, I've only seen 78 or 79. This is the best one I've seen for coral, but they've all got something cool. Actually, the other thing that's cool about this cave is the shape. Very few caves you visit are tall and skinny. Instead, they are those real round tubular caves. We've got a miniature version of a tubular cave on the left here. That makes a cool picture if you can avoid the light bulb. Because if there's no light bulb in the picture, you don't know it's 4 inches tall
Yeah.
or 10 feet tall. And that's why cavers take pictures of their gloves or a person for
Oh,
scale.
that's so cool.
And you can also see water here. See the water drops?
Yeah.
It's still getting bigger. You see, most tours, you're too far.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Touch it. But that water, that's what makes everything grow. It goes through the dirt, picks up carbon dioxide, makes carbonic acid. That'll start to dissolve limestone. Water gets here, carbon dioxide is released, water falls off, minerals are left. So all the water does is take limestone, dissolve it, relocate it. Very slowly. And for those in the back, take a look to the left at the little columns.
Yeah.
They're going to fit in the picture better than the really big column coming up. Also, if you look up, there's cave bacon. That looks like bacon. Or at least the one on the right side does. The light goes through it. You see the stripes? Watch your step. Stalagmites.
This is the part where I do like it.
Okay, and watch your step on the left. There is a stalagmite that might trip you. Actually, there's a lot of ways to remember the difference. Stalactites hold tight to the ceiling. But the reason I started using stalagmite might trip you, I had people trip on that rock because they were taking pictures of this. That's the cave draperies. That's the big flowstone. Everybody squeeze in just a little bit. Because that's actually not the big rock at this spot. You look up. This is a column. So stalactites go down, stalagmites go up. These have met right here above my head. Those stalactites are huge. Most of the minerals are at the top. This is the leftovers. According to geologists, 100 years for a cubic inch down, 300 years for that inch up. That's why it's illegal to sell cave rocks in Kentucky since 1988. You could take something that took thousands of years to grow, completely destroy it in seconds.
You translate to them, like, to grow that much, it takes 300 years for the water to make it grow. Translate them.
If you want to lay down on the floor and take pictures, you can. It didn't quite fit when I tried. It's the only bad thing about having a 38.5 foot tall cave. It's too tall to photograph the tallest rock here. I brought in a laser distance reader one day, just so I could figure out how tall the cave was. Now up here you can see a wall of cave coral. And then I'll let you go into this room, take some pictures. We're not all going to fit at once, but if a few of you want to go in, take some pictures. Or look around. When you come out, we'll let a few more go in.
Well, it's a little bit wet.
Yes, this is actually the wettest part of the cave.
Switch it
In
to
fact, I've never seen this room
take some
dry.
pictures, then switch back to video. Stop the video, take some